Welcome to the Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Bar and Grill and the Blind Tiger Bar. Yeah, I thought I'd come in for once, like me being lazy, I'll go down and get something for Ray, like a cup of tea or a bit of sweet cake or... God bless you.
I'm allergic to your shit talk.
Shush, you've never done it. You've never had to be your weight and have a little surprise for you tonight.
I'll tell you why, Ray, because it takes about an hour to set this stuff up.
4 years I've been bringing shite to you.
Yeah, but the last thing I'm thinking about is bringing you a fucking cup of tea, man, when I'm sweating beans, man, running around the place.
Well, I didn't get a cup of tea with my dinner.
What? Is that why you were late? Because you were having dinner?
No, I was having dinner, yeah.
You fucking
But I was late for
bastard,
other
man.
reasons as well.
What's the other reasons you were late? Tell me all of them.
Feckin' printer wouldn't work.
Huh?
I had to print something out, and I was 40 minutes on HP, Hewlett-Packard, called them out.
Yeah.
Shower of unlogical bastards.
Yeah, well, they're not. We're big sponsors. We're with Brother. Brother is our big sponsor.
Yeah.
So thank God we can call out HP.
Oh, I couldn't get over it. HP, they have a little app that runs the printer. But nowhere on the app is there a button to say my printer won't print.
Yeah, because they don't expect that. If you ring up HP, like control, they're like, it won't print. No, it's printer though. It will print.
Yeah, but it's it.
Okay, thanks for calling.
It's literally saying
thank you.
printer won't print.
So did you get it fixed in the end?
No, I turned it off, turned it on again.
That's the oldest trick, and that usually works. Printers are the bane of fucking lives, man. I have a printer here, and I think it worked once.
Yeah.
And I hate the fact, the new Wi-Fi printers.
Yes, that's what one of them is.
Yeah. An absolute waste of time, right? Technology has moved on so much, but people in the printing business can't make an actual network fucking printer to... Yeah. Anytime you go onto your phone, you're like, I'll print this off now in the yoke. It says, you want to do what? What? No way.
Yeah.
You want to do what it says on the front of my face? No. You're not doing that.
I think cars as well are going the same way. They're filling them full of technology.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine someone has a similar issue with a car. They go out in the morning to go to work and the car won't start.
Yeah. And no. No. But the other thing is as well, like, eventually with cars, like, we're not going to bring it down to the mechanic. Like,
no.
You're going to bring it to a fucking computer fella who did 4 years of fucking computer engineering or computer science to try and fix your fucking car,
it's crazy stuff.
And what happens then, like, with parts, in your car, like, because it's like, the CPU is gone.
Yeah.
The CPU? What the fuck, They have to get new CPU now. Who'd you get that off? Dell. Dell do that. Like,
but I have no idea what's missing now in this printer. I've moved every component.
Would you not go back to the old school way and write it down
and make an exact copy?
Make it
like
perfect.
the monks back in Kells.
Yeah, you could have done exactly that.
Yeah.
Write it on a piece of scripture.
Yeah.
And take it down. Now, here's the thing as well. You could go to the real old school one, which I had to do in Sligo for a long, long time before we could afford a printer.
The printing
We
shop.
were awful poor. Yeah. We were very poor.
You had
coming
nothing
up.
to your names.
We had nothing to our names, myself and Derek, when we first moved here.
Right.
We were very, very poor. We used to go down to the printing shops.
Yes.
Yeah, down the town, and then they'd print it off for you, And like, you're poor when the only other people in the shop are just old people. They're not poor. They just don't know how to do this stuff.
Yeah.
So you're in there with a 96-year-old woman, and you're both trying to get something printed.
Yeah.
She's trying to get a bus pass printed, and you're trying to get a dole form printed.
Yeah.
And you're both...
They cater for the poor and the ignorant.
The poor and the ignorant, ladies and gentlemen,
Can I
are catered for anywhere in your local print shop.
Are you poor? Are you ignorant? Come to Sligo Printing.
And there's some awful poorly ignorant people out there as well, and they're fucking well looked after.
Mark, you know the way you have this big screen on to my right?
I have to call you a bastard.
Yeah.
I forgot to say. I'll turn off that big screen on to your right.
Thank you.
Come here, but I have to call you a bastard as well.
Me?
I forgot to stop calling you. Yeah.
Why?
Because Brendan, we all give out to Brendan when he's late.
Oh, so it's... okay.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm with you now.
I was told that I just have to call you a bastard.
Right.
Is all.
And do you want to elaborate? Do you want to...
It's not more fun when I do it with Brendan. I
It
don't know
is,
what's
isn't it?
going
Because
on.
the stupid head in them.
It is the stupid
It's
head
the
in him.
stupid head
I
in him.
was just...
Oh.
Oh, wait. Is his hair bad now?
Yeah, it probably is.
He doesn't care. Yeah. Ray is self-conscious. But...
Every time before we start recording, Brendan lets me know if my ball patch is showing.
Yeah. Have we talked about you going to Turkey or no? Or are you going to go?
No, I'd be interested in going,
Could
but
you be arsed?
it's not not at the minute.
Why?
I've started looking at the prices of these weddings.
Oh, man. Okay, well, first of all, you looked at the price of weddings, but also, have you looked at the state of flying anywhere? Flying anywhere now, man, you cannot bank on it. It's the least guaranteed.
Reliable.
That's
the word you're after.
Industry in the entire world. Because you could say, I might fly tomorrow. And again, no more than the printer,
Yeah.
Ryanair or Aer Lingus could turn around and go, you're fucking hard, your tits.
Yeah, we're
book
not-
it.
not
Go on.
flying.
They're literally do that shit. Go on and book it and see. Go on.
Pay for it.
Go on. Book
we-
it and pay for it and see how you get on.
And we
yeah?
process your refund in 3 years.
Yeah, no bother at all. Just get back onto us whenever everything, the shit is hit the
Yeah.
fan again.
Why?
No bother.
What's upset you now on that?
Oh, well, I'm watching a lot of TikToks. I'm big into TikTok now, man. I can't fucking...
It's great.
It's weird avenues that I'd be going down on them as well.
And
man.
I love
Like,
the way the algorithm goes right with you.
yeah, like the
Yeah.
algorithm
Oh, you
is
like
going...
that, do
yeah,
ya?
that's what it does.
Oh, you like that?
The algorithm goes... So you scroll on
Yeah.
TikTok, right?
Yeah.
And you watch 3 seconds of every video.
Yeah.
The second you watch 4
4.
seconds... The algorithm goes, I fucking think we have him, lads.
Yeah.
He's in to fucking money scammers in India. Let's fucking start walloping out the videos of I'm watching money scammers in India, Ray, from
Right.
a YouTube channel called Scammer Payback. And it's a gentleman with blue hair, okay?
Okay.
Absolutely besides the point, but I just said I'd put that out there.
It's nice to know.
He comes on and he rings them and he puts on a fake voice and a fake woman
He
voice
rings.
changer.
He rings the scammers.
So
No.
he rings the scammers.
Right.
So usually what happens with these scams in India, Raymond.
Yes.
Right? We talk about your wedding, whatever. I'm good and ready. Okay.
I have at least 4 items on the list. Yes, I'm delighted with this.
Fuck. Right? So he rings them up, right?
Yeah.
It is beautiful green screen on a live stream as well, also more so. So
Okay.
what happens is with these scams, right? You get an email into your email, right? Amazon,
You get an email into your email.
you do. Now,
Yeah.
where else would you get it?
Yeah.
Right? Amazon, you won't believe this. We have to take an 80 quid off you. Do you want it back? Give us a call.
Yeah.
Right? So he finds out these numbers, rings them,
Yeah.
right? And they use a program called AnyDesk, Raymond, and there's also a similar one called TeamViewer. And what that does then is they can get into your computer,
Oh. Yes.
go into your bank account, rob all your Benjamins, right?
All the Benjamins will be gone.
Gone. Now, whenever they log into the AnyDesk, he backlogs into their one.
Oh, he Jimmy trips.
It's called the switcheroo. It's the oldest trick
Oh,
in the
that's
scammer
right.
book.
Right, okay.
Okay.
So
No.
while they're tipping away on his desktop,
Yeah.
he's actually sussing out their situation.
And what he does is 2 things.
Go on.
He downloads script files from them, okay, and then reads them back to them, and then they fucking do shit themselves. And he also deletes every single file that's on their computer as well to try and stop them from doing it again. But what'll happen is he'll get into it then, and he'll say, "Yeah, who's Abdul? What's the story with Abdul?" And they're like, "Who? There's an Abdul in your office?" Are you in Calcutta right now? And they're like, what?
What?
Who?
Who are you?
And he's
Abort,
like, yeah.
abort.
He's like, yeah, the Genesis building. Yeah,
Yeah.
Genesis building on 10 Mile Road. Yeah, I think I know the one. And they fucking shit themselves.
I'm trying to think of the person that was on telly that used to do this. It's not MacGyver.
Oh, was there someone who used to do this years
I
ago?
know,
no?
but it's someone who tackled the bad guys.
Well,
Not
there's-
Steven Seagal, is it? No. Steven Seagal only really leapt to action when someone upset him from cooking in the galley.
Who was your favourite address the bad guys guy?
How do you mean address the bad guys guy?
Like one of those guys. Like, okay, well, I'll give you an example. My favourite is the dodgy builder fella. You know that bald lad who goes around and says, "Did you fucking put a patio up in fucking Margaret's house? You
no.
fucking slag." You
No,
know that fella?
I don't know who that fella. I think I know who.
He's a bald lad who goes around. Right, so he goes to houses.
I'm familiar with the theory.
Yeah, the
of what
premise
he
is
does, yeah.
he goes in and someone says, "Well, your man was doing or conservatory,
Yeah.
and he only half did it, and then he took all our money and he's gone now." And then he'll track down the dodgy builder. He'd say, "Rumor has it your man's driving an '07 Transit." All
Right.
of a sudden, he's after finding an '07 Transit.
Yeah.
Right. So he gives your man one chance
To
he
go
says,
back and fix it.
He sends him a letter. He says, "I'm just letting you know." I'm here with ITV, man. I have a bald head in me and a bad attitude. And I'm fucking, right?
What was this
Okay.
guy's name?
I can't remember.
Right.
This
This
and
must
then-
be recent.
yeah, well, it'd be in the last couple of years like
Yeah.
this would have been a show. Anyway, they never reply because the
Cowboy
shit
Builders, isn't it?
Cowboy Builders,
Yeah,
what
I
I'm saying.
know
You
it,
know that
right,
ball
yeah.
lad?
Yeah.
And then he heads into them and he addressed them. They're in KFC then at the drive-thru.
Yeah.
Right? And then all of a sudden he's walking out of his van
Yeah.
and walking up to them and saying, "How come you won't fix Paddy and Margaret's patio or the conservatory that you made shit of?"
I love that.
Unbelievable. So he's my favourite address the bad guy.
Yeah.
Okay? So I
Steven
don't
Seagal
know.
is probably mine.
Steven Seagal is... Well, you
Yeah.
know Steven Seagal is a... You know,
What?
I think he's a registered lunatic.
Is He's on the Lunatics register.
Have you ever watched videos of Steven Seagal online?
Look, he went downhill after the second film.
The-
I
what-
think once he stopped the bad guys on the train.
Okay.
What was that? It was the boat first, then the train.
No, but he is a genuine black belt in I think what is Aikido.
And slaps.
No, throwing slaps,
It's
right?
just all he does is slaps people.
yeah, slaps and shapes.
And slaps and pats.
Yeah, and it's all bullshit. So the boys go in, right, and
Yeah.
they go, "I'm going to learn Aikido now." Okay, he's good at Aikido. Apparently he's a legit black belt. But the shit he's at now, right,
Yeah.
man, he's walking around, man, with a silly face.
And he's the
it's
size
just-
of a house.
He's just he's like, run at me and I'm going to stop you with me energy.
Me slaps.
Yeah, and then I go to fuck. He slaps them up under the chin. Fuck. Like that.
Yeah.
And then the boys have to pretend to fall to the ground.
I was a big fan of MacGyver as well. I enjoyed him.
That was before my
It was
time.
before your time. Yeah, MacGyver, the A-Team. Jeez, I sound like a 60-year-old. No, I'm sure there was more recent stuff.
Yeah, but they're all fake ones though. I'm on about the real ones. Like,
The actual real... Okay.
you know, that address the bad guys. Ross Kemp, they're all bald, by the way.
They
I
would
don't know
be,
why
yeah.
they're all bald.
Ross Kemp does... Because I was watching him in an interview.
Oh, yeah.
And he was talking to some lad that had killed 500 women.
Yeah.
And he was getting thick.
Right, okay. That's exactly what he does.
Yeah.
Sorry, Louis Theroux does a little bit of it as well. He delves into
he's
it.
not bald.
Have you seen... No, he's not bald, so he doesn't count. Have you seen Ross Kemp when he is in some kind of forest? Right?
Right.
And he's abroad in the forest, and the boys are saying, come on in here and we show you the forest.
Yeah.
Right? There's loads of bad things in it. We sell cocaine.
Yeah.
And he goes into the bad guy into the forest with the bad guys, and one of them turns the gun on Ross Kemp.
Oh, go away.
And it's as legit now, Raymond, as anything, right? It's as true as God above, if there is one. And the whole time Ross Kemp stays pure calm. He just keeps his hands in his pockets, right?
Yeah.
Your man has a gun in his face. And he's like, are you trying to hold me up? Are you trying to hold me up? Is this, what are you doing to me? What are you doing to me?
Yeah.
And he called your man's bluff, pulls the gun, rips the gun off to the side and says, shoot me if you're going to shoot me now. Shoot me if you're going to shoot me. And then your man calms down, doesn't shoot him at all.
Wow.
And all I could think was, he must have two bald balls down below the same size as his head. Because, fuck me,
Yeah.
that it took some work.
That reminds me, I've seen some videos of some lad. He'd be a stocky short lad, right?
Stocky short lad, yeah, okay, I'm
He's
with you.
UK based, and he
Okay.
seems to be always getting. He's loads of tattoos, and
Okay.
he seems to be always getting hassled from the police.
Right, okay. Who's that?
I don't know. He could be something to do.
Oh, I know him.
Do you know?
Did you say he had tattoos on his face?
Yeah, he's tattoos on the
Okay,
face.
I know
And
that fella.
He's the whole time sitting somewhere, and the cops are in. And
Yeah.
he's like, "I'm not getting dick.
Yeah.
I'm not getting dick."
And can I tell you something now about that gentleman that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know, like
What?
some people can bring it on themselves.
Yeah, but what did he do that was so bad? That
Okay, I think he might have been doing something in a previous life that wasn't great.
Like what?
Now he has a daughteress, right?
Right.
So he has a daughter now, and he's going, no, I'm back in the straight and narrow. I'm just running the gym and I'm working out all the time.
That's what
And
I got from him.
Yeah, that's what he is doing, though.
Yeah.
Right, okay. I don't know what his previous life was. Could have been anything. He could have worked in a shop. He could have been driving for Bazaarus. I don't know, Ray.
Oh, you don't know what he was doing?
No, but what I'm saying by bringing it on yourself is, unfortunately, if you look like he does, right? Discriminatory or not.
Very
And you have
discriminatory.
tattoos all over your face.
Very discriminatory.
With a bad haircut.
Mad how tattoos on your face actually upset people so much.
Well, they certainly do, but I don't think they will in the future, though.
Hopefully not.
You know the way they say, is it like Japan or something, that if you have tattoos and they're seen, that you won't get a job. And we've often, my mother's often said that as well. Oh, that's it now, there'll be no
That's
job.
it, Kendy,
but
no
that's
jobs
not
for
going
you.
to be a thing, because people of our age are eventually going to be in those hierarchies in terms
Yes,
of the business.
and
And
we're-
then it
we're
won't
okay with
matter.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in fact, some CEOs will probably be the ones that are. Have you ever met my brother Raymond?
Yes.
He's head to toe.
I
now,
know.
Right, okay.
He's what they call a human sleeve.
Yeah. So he's head to toe in tattoos, like.
Yeah.
But I think he wouldn't probably struggle if he wants to go back into. That's the great thing about being a musician as well. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, tattoos are a help.
Yeah. Tattoos
Oh, look,
actually help you get.
He's pretty cool.
gigs.
I'll give him the gig.
Yeah, let's give him the gig. He's a full head to
You
toe tattoos.
reminded me of something there now. Did you hear about the social credit system
Okay.
in China? I think it's
Okay.
in China.
Explain it to me, because I seen a Black Mirror episode that was this.
Oh.
And if this becomes a thing,
Right.
if this becomes a thing, Ray,
Yeah.
I'm moving to Connemara.
Yeah, but you'd probably have a lovely little social credit thing.
Okay,
social
talk
credit
to me
is
about what
basically,
it
I think
is
it's a
then.
score out of 1,000,
Okay.
where you're just a good person. How good of a person you are.
Who
As in if you-
decides?
Oh, the government.
Okay, so there we go, straight away. It's a terrible idea. Because if you're telling me that Leo Varadkar and Hawley Marcin
Yeah.
are going to decide whether Kendy's a good fella or not.
But it'll be based
right?
on your actions.
I'll tell you how good I am, lads. Why don't you? I'll bend over and you me arse and tell me how good I am then, lads. And
Yeah.
see then if I get 1,000 on the social credit score.
That's an awful image. But no, I mean, but you don't do too many bad things in a week, do you?
Yeah, but what's a bad thing?
Well, you tell me. Is there anything your conscience might refer to as a bad thing?
Okay,
I'll give you an example.
Okay, perfect.
If you got the wrong change back in the shop and you walked out with it in your pocket,
Right.
you know,
Brilliant.
without giving it back,
I just made €2.
would you not go back at the €2?
No, I mean, I know what you're saying, because there has often been times where, like, you know, if you get a lot of items at a shop,
Yeah.
and then maybe one of them gets left by.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
might say, well, you didn't scan for the oak now, just make sure you did.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
But I don't even care. So, like, it's just you have to decide. So, what's good or bad? This is the best example of it.
Go on.
I just have to work it out in me head.
Okay, we've got time.
Okay, we have plenty of time, okay?
Yeah.
Welcome to Social Analytics with Kendy, okay?
Kendy. Like
Okay.
10 minutes.
So, tomorrow, 50 years ago,
Yeah.
it was okay to say certain things. I'm not going to say no because now they're not okay to say.
Yes, I
Okay.
agree. Yeah.
Let's say I'm an old bitch,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Who was finding it very, very hard to adapt to modern times.
Yes, because things have changed. You can't say the things.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect example. And this is one because I genuinely believe in this. Right? Okay, homosexual marriage is now okay. Okay?
Yes.
No, it's okay. I thank God it is. Right?
I have a story
because
about
if I
that
ever
as well,
want,
by the way.
okay, that's great. So I can't. I'm delighted you do.
I know.
I wouldn't expect that to
If
less.
you needed me to cover that few moments where you're pulling this
Yeah,
together.
no, I can pull it together.
I have a really good
Homosexual
story.
marriage is okay in Ireland now.
It is, but do you know what's not okay?
Come on.
Asking homosexual, they're not. What are the girl version? Would you call girls homosexuals as well?
Yeah, but they're a homosexual lesbian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But imagine asking them if they were due to get married. Are you going with the church wedding?
But can they do? No, they can't. Obviously, they can't.
That is me.
But that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, Ray, does
Yeah.
a priest nowadays
Yes.
get a bad social credit score because of that? Because he's doing a bad thing by saying no.
Oh, it all depends on the person doing the
No,
scoring.
but there you go. That's
Yeah,
the thing. You can't have it depend on the person doing the scoring.
Yeah,
Because
true.
let's say it's the most liberal person in the world doing the scoring.
Yeah.
They're going to tell that priest, shove your Jesus up your arse.
You would.
That's what they're going to say.
Yeah.
So
I was devastated when I asked him. I was like, you're getting married? Are you going with the whole church thing? And they just looked at me and said, no.
how are we supposed to do that?
Yeah, the church don't like us at
You
all.
go into Father if it's good and tight and ask him will he marry us.
So if there was a social credit system in place, I should probably be docked points for asking that question.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden you can't go in and buy a caramello.
I can't. What?
But that's what I
Why
mean.
would anyone buy a caramello? They're the worst chocolate bar that was ever invented. Fuck's sake.
You can't go in and buy a Turkish Ray.
Turkish, don't talk about Turkish.
You couldn't buy a Tiffin.
Imagine
Honest
if I
to
went
God.
in then after that comment and I said, can I get a Turkish?
And they said no.
no.
Yeah,
because
you
your
can't.
social credit score has fallen below the limit. where
Yeah,
Turkish
you
is
insulted a pair of lesbians.
Yeah.
Yeah. How shag and dare you?
Did we talk before? My sister Joanne asked me this. Did we talk before about the island of Lesbos?
What? No,
Go.
but I want to go.
What? But it's not full of lesbians.
Right. Did we talk about this? I
I
can't
don't
remember.
know.
Go on
That's
anyway.
it. No, that's it. She just asked. I said I'll ask Mark.
Well, okay. Well, no. If it is, I mean, if that's a fancy island, I'm involved.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, there was some great congratulations on one of your lines last week.
What was that?
From last week's episode, which was Two Drunk Blondes, Liam Kennelly down in
Down abroad in Kerry.
down
Happy
abroad
man
in
today.
Happy man today, yeah.
Yeah.
But he says the best single best line that you've ever come out with was about the possible orgy that was happening back at the house and how you said I was going to go back and slip into something comfortable twice. So I had to say it again.
Yeah, that's good. Jeez,
That was
I'm
very
fair.
good, yeah.
I'm off funny, me.
Yeah.
Come here, no, but back to the social credit thing. So,
Sure.
are you sorry? We started off with you saying weddings are expensive. Now we're on social credit, and we will come back to that.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll also come back to your homosexual. Oh, you did your homosexual.
That was pretty much the homosexual, yeah.
Okay, sorry, that's out of the way. Okay.
Yeah. All right there.
So, I ate garlic bread, man.
You should have done that.
Oh, there's an awful repetition upon me.
Oh,
Okay,
you
so
poor thing. If only we had a beer or a tea here now to wash it down. Anyway.
So the social credit thing in China. I mean, of course they're going to do it anyway. First of all,
Yeah.
But is the idea that you can't, your lifestyle will be affected by what your social credit score is?
Yes, absolutely.
In terms of what? In terms of
As in-
economic reasons, like
Yeah,
you can't buy stuff.
Yeah, you can't
Okay.
buy or you can't buy a house.
If
No,
you have a bad social
if you have
credit
bad
score.
social credit, you can't buy. You can't get certain jobs.
Oh
So
my
it's not
God.
just about the tattoo. You just can't get the job. What's your social credit rating? It's 490. Right, we need a minimum of 600 to work here.
Oh my God.
That sort of crack.
How long before that falls on our shores?
You wouldn't know. Depends
Yeah.
on what the Chinese do with all the guns they have.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh yeah, no, the Chinese now. There's just a quarter of the world's population. They
I've heard this now that the
Hmm.
Chinese apparently they have more guns than they even know what to do with.
They have more guns than sense at the moment.
No, honest to God.
Yeah.
So, but here's the thing now. So this goes well in China. Social credit thing is working fantastically, right?
It seems to be working well, but it's typical.
No, let's
You're
say it does.
controlling people.
Yeah. Now, we're not like we know how to do that in Europe as well.
Yeah.
And certainly the EU know how to control people if they have to as well.
Yes.
And they do it actually through those kinds of reasons.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to live a nice life in Ireland?
Yeah.
Well, you better be good boys now. We might give you some money.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So I think Ireland would be the first people to take that up if the EU decided, yeah, no, let's go with it. If the EU said we need a guinea pig, right? Hawley Warchin and Radker put their hands up and say, "Excuse me,
Right.
hello."
Now,
You know that thing
now,
when you're in class, your hands up for too long, it's getting tired.
I have to say, if right,
Go on.
I'll give you an example. And not often do I delve into the sporting world for an example.
Brilliant.
In Ireland, we have referees.
Yeah.
Right? And referees have the rule book.
Yeah.
Yet to make some very questionable decisions.
Always.
Do you know? So if you put
One of them yesterday.
we were watching a massive match at the weekend.
Yeah, I did. Was it the women's
it was
game?
Probably,
Oh no, sorry. What?
It was probably one of the most unbelievable games. So close.
What game you what about? No, you prick.
Wait, what game are you on about?
What about the All Ireland 5 drink?
Oh, I'm on about Kerry versus Colliery ladies Gaelic football final.
Come here.
Abroad in Kesh.
Yeah, come here. I think they were in Lilies last night. Did you know that they can sing?
Can they?
Yeah, I do. Because 30 of them sang for an hour straight.
That was on Saturday now, without Saturday. So I don't, unless they were on a 2-day bender celebrating the loss, unfortunately.
Did you watch a women's football game?
Yes.
Why did you do that? Like, I can't. Like, I can't make you go. Like, you wouldn't. If I said to you, come on, we go to the All Ireland final now, you'd say, bah, no. But you go and watch women's. What is it, for the showers?
No. So Lucy anyway is Lucy Foley, Fusi Lowley, friend of the show. Yeah. She was playing in it on the team of Galway,
right?
And Laura's a friend of hers, and Laura says we must go out now. Well, Lucy's great for coming to see our stuff.
Yeah, go out and watch her match.
So she's come to 2 of our live shows.
Yeah.
So I, on behalf of the podcast, took myself out to the caves of Kesh, a mystical place.
So were they playing football inside in the cave?
No.
Is women's football that kind of...
It was overlooked by the caves.
No one can be... no one needs to see this. Into the cave now.
It was in the lovely Kesh GA grounds, and it was just a very stereotypical,
GA pitch. Flat with 2 goals.
Well, you wouldn't call it flat.
I was going to say...
Yeah, no. Ups and downs and divots and whatnot, in a very fancy clubhouse.
Yeah, all right,
spent a fortune on. I mean, an absolute shite to the toilets.
Yeah. Who did? You did?
No, whatever electrician plumbed them. He had a hand dryer inside the door, just waiting for someone to hit you with the door.
Well, look, at any electrician that's plumbing, I mean, I think you've hired the wrong fella. I'm being fully honest with you now.
And he went out there Saturday evening to see Colliery versus Curry.
Right, Curry, okay. Yeah.
Curry, yeah.
Okay.
Not Kerry.
Yeah, I know.
But I should have made that joke. I said, what about Curry?
What about the Curry game?
What about the Curry game? Yeah.
No, but I was going to say something about it now.
I learned a lot.
What did you learn from watching the women's football match?
Well, I was lucky I had a gentleman beside me who had watched ladies football before.
Okay.
And he was really derogatory. And... kind of calling it a waste of time and all this. I didn't think it was a waste of time. I thought it was a marvellous performance.
No, some of it's good to watch. That.
It's great, very good to watch. But I learned all the sayings.
What?
Come up.
No.
Come up. Come out.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. Ref. That's not a foul.
Jake, put on the jersey, ref. Put on their jersey, will you?
And then, of course, Tony Walsh. Time.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Watch your back.
Yeah. I love the referee ones. Like the referee ones are very good. Put on the jersey, and that's a really good one. Put on the opposition team's jersey. Put the book away. Put away the cards. Put away the cards.
Yeah, but I mean, the funny thing was Aaron that was standing beside me, Fusi Lowley's fiancée.
Right.
And Aaron was standing there. And the funny thing is, you'd see a foul happening on one of the Colliery players, right? And you kind of go, oh yeah, that was definitely a foul. And he'd roar and shout, that was definitely a foul.
Yeah.
Right. And the same foul had happened then the opposite way. So that's no foul. So this brings me back. That's just in the social credit system. Right. Even though, you know what I mean?
Aaron wouldn't be able to buy a tiffin bar after that.
No, because that's the nature of the GAA. It's so
you're
hard to figure out.
No, I mean it is too, because it's hard. It's too emotive of a game, you know.
And wasn't there a free yesterday in the All Ireland?
Yeah,
a Galway free. Was it disallowed or what was it?
Yeah, so as it happened, I was actually kind of half okay with it. And then I heard the uproar, and I said, yeah, no, I'm annoyed now as well. Just what happened was that one player, a hand was coming in and sticking over his belly on the ball, like your man was pregnant and he was feeling it. Yeah. He was feeling it for too long, 8 to 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And then the other fella grabbed his arm, right? So the referee said, no, you're holding his hands in there now, right? So I'm going to give a free the other way.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that what I'm right in saying that, Brendan? Yeah, and Brendan said yes, and it was totally wrong.
Yeah.
It's one of those calls where the commentator said, and I'm glad they're clamping down on that now. It's never been called.
Yeah.
It's such a weird thing. Your man had his hand in for a long time before the other arm went up to say, and it looked like he was putting his arm up to say, just come away from me, will you?
Yeah.
Would you just come away? And I actually am very good at lip reading. Yeah. And he actually did say, just come away now.
Yeah.
Just come away now, you're wrecking me head.
Can I ask you, is travelling a big issue in the GAA? Do you know when you have the ball?
Yeah, but it's not called travelling.
What's
no.
it called?
And this is another shout. This is another shout that you should
Travelling.
learn. No, that you fucking idiots. Don't ever shout travelling
I
on the
heard someone
sideline.
shouting travelling.
No, well, they fucking. It's not. It's called steps.
Steps.
Steps, ref. Steps.
No one ever
steps.
said steps. It was travelling.
No, you weren't at it. You were at a fucking.
I was at a ladies' Gaelic football match.
You were at a basketball match yesterday. Tell me the truth. No, it's called steps.
Steps.
Ref, steps.
But
Steps, ref.
You were saying them, and some of them were doing 8 to 10 steps.
Yeah. You're supposed to have 6 steps, I think. It was 4 years ago. I don't know if it changed 6, Brendan, is it?
Till
I think
4,
it's supposed
yeah.
to be still 4, but there's a bit of Graceland period on
Yeah,
it.
but that's the thing about the social credit system in Ireland. It's the grace that I'd be worried about.
Yeah, but there's a lot of times there's too much grace given to them. Like, you'd see a fella given 10 and 12 steps a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Here's the rules, Raymond. You can't hop a ball twice in a
Yes,
row,
I know that.
But you can solo as many times as you want.
Yes, I know that.
Right, you can go hop solo.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have 4 steps in between each action.
That's the bit that was when I was shouting travelling with my friend Aaron.
Yeah, but don't shout travelling though. Steps, Ray. You have to shout steps.
Yeah.
Ref, steps,
there-
ref. Put on the jersey. You might as well put on the jersey, ref. Now
Is
you're
there
playing
anything
with
else
them.
I should have been roaring?
Kick it into the kitchen. That's a belter. Anytime a midfielder picks up a ball, Ray, that's
Yeah.
kick it into the kitchen.
Yeah.
Leave it into the kitchen. Leave it in around the house.
What about
Into the bread basket. Into the bread basket. It's another belter.
drive it at them?
Drive at them.
Drive at them, not is at
no,
them.
don't drive it at them, Ray. You have to drive at them. Drive at them now when you have it. Drive at them. Come on, Sheila! Into the corner, into Eber. Kick it into the kitchen and
There
Eber.
were some girls on the pitch that were very formidable.
Right, okay.
I have to say.
It's great to see, isn't it?
And they were just roaring the whole way. That's another thing as well. Why do players just shout for the whole game, even though there's no play in their half at all?
Because they're
the playoff
fucking...
is away off the other way.
Yeah,
and then you have fucking Aegis down the other end of the fiddle. I
Okay,
get
come
so
on now and
vexed.
tell me now what
There
they were
was some
doing.
lad, right?
Right.
And this man's
He
in
shouldn't have been playing. Go on
in
anyway.
his 50s, right?
He shouldn't have been playing.
He's in his 50s and he's down behind the goal.
Yeah.
And because of these games, like there was a good crowd at it, but it wasn't like you could hear people's commentary.
Right.
But anyway, all of a sudden your man just tore into it, just his personal opinion of the whole game. Come on, girls, now, come on. Drive it up there now. Come on, number 15, will you put on the jersey or whatever, you know?
Yeah. So you're wondering why a spectator was all of a sudden trying to dictate a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you don't know my mother then.
Okay,
so that's
I'm in the
perfect.
bigger stuff here now.
Go on.
How does all the spectators think they have any point in saying what they're saying?
Because they
they're
do.
literally telling the ref what to do.
Yeah.
But the ref is not listening to them.
Yeah.
Because the ref is reffing.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So you're asking a very, very
Is this a Geraldine Kendy related
No,
question?
this is a good question that you're asking there.
Yeah.
It's can you influence the ref? Okay? Now, never ever from the roaring and shouting of a crowd has a referee ever changed his decision. But has he changed the next one?
Oh.
That's the real question. So when my old lady's on the sideline in St. Kevin's and I'm playing under 14,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I give away a foul and I drag a fella to the ground.
Sure.
And she says, she tells the ref she's going to burn his house down.
Francis, I know where you live.
I know exactly.
I'm going to burn your house down.
No, so what I'm saying is, if it's a home game, Castlereagh St. Kevin's are playing Clonagale,
Yeah.
right? And the referee gives a free against Castlereagh St. Kevin's, and 400 people start roaring at him. He doesn't change his decision then.
He just feels intimidated.
But
enough to
he's
change his
very,
name.
very intimidated, and his next decision.
But this is why social credit won't work in this country.
Stop. Listen, yeah, I'm glad you said that because
Yeah.
you're fucking trying to push it at this country now.
I'm not.
No, but that's the truth.
Saying we're
Though.
not suited to it.
That's what will happen there. You see,
Yeah.
you might affect his net. What I used to do to refs is I used to do like almost like what a teacher would do to you, where they make you feel like shit. So if a ref went against me in a call, I'd say stuff to him like, I'd never get aggressive and start shouting.
Yeah.
But I would say stuff like, I'm here trying to enjoy a game and you're just ruining it now. Like, you got to start thinking about this.
Really?
Right? Yeah. And I do that on the sly, like in between little plays. I'd make sure I was always in his ear.
Yeah.
You know? Now, I've been sent off. I did call a ref a fucking Egypt one time and I didn't know I said it.
Because
Right?
you were in the heat of the moment, was it?
I didn't even know. You know the way I would call everyone a fucking Egypt? Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you were here, I go, you fucking Egypt.
Yeah.
Right? I did that.
Ah, okay.
And I didn't realise the referee was like, did he just call me a fucking Egypt? Like? And then I was like, did I?
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, you did. And I was like,
habit.
and then he sent me off. And I was like, I promise I didn't even know.
I didn't. And did that change the referee's decision? I didn't mean it. That's fine. So come on.
Never. I've been sent off a lot of times.
Another question for you now. This is a touchy one now.
Okay.
You know the way in most of these games. I'm sorry, it's so sport oriented for anyone like me out there.
No, but this is a good kind of lay person, sporty person.
Yeah.
Chat.
Okay. So again in the Curry Callery game, there were obviously some spectacular performances put in,
right,
and others not as great as they should have been on the day.
But that's okay, Ray. It's not everyone's day. Damien Comer had a bad day yesterday in Galway, man. He couldn't get into the game at all. That happens.
We're going to take a small break here for a second while Brendan Tierney informs us what he wants to contribute. He's the hand up.
Go on.
Brendan.
Curry were playing.
No.
Callery.
Curry is a real place.
Curry's a real place.
You said Kerry.
No, I said Curry. It just sounds the same.
Brendan, I can't believe this, man.
Yeah.
Brendan's after chiming in, wrecking both of our heads in 5 seconds.
There's a confusion over whether I'm talking about Kerry or Kerry.
No, he is talking about Curry.
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 I'm
Brendan.
having a conversation about the Curry team.
Some players had a good performance, some players not so good.
Some
Call them out now. Who didn't? Dimpna. How Dimpna
No,
play?
I'm not going to call them out.
Are you
There was
talk-
just a couple of frees didn't go their way.
Okay.
And I'm just saying, how do you deal? Like, it's tough to see like a sports person, having to get through a bad day.
Some people do have those off days, though.
Yeah.
You
Was
know
there an
what I
off
mean?
day yesterday in the Galway team?
Well, I mean, I don't want to call them out, but certainly Damien Comer wasn't in the game like he probably could have been in the game.
Right.
Having said that, though, there was a performance from a young gentleman called Shane Walsh.
I don't know either of these gentlemen.
I think it doesn't. You're not supposed to. I want to give my 1 minute on the football,
Go
okay,
for it.
and then let that be it. This is for everyone else because you're going to glaze over, okay. What we watched yesterday was an unbelievable All-Ireland final with two unreal footballing teams. And thank God it was the two of them that made it to us. Nothing against Dublin, by the way. Dublin are also a sensational footballing team. It was just great that it wasn't them.
It was great.
Nothing against Tyrone, except for it just would have been a shite match.
Yeah.
Nothing against Derry, except for it would have been a shite match. Thank the Lord. Galway and Kerry went out and played a great game of football. That's not to say that there wasn't a good bit of fucking blanket defending going on, but when the ball went forward, it was hoofed, right? There was kick passes, no hand passing going on, and when it was, the quality was unreal. David Clifford and Shane Walsh played out of their skin, right?
Okay.
Now, Galway got beaten only because they literally just didn't have the resources, the bench, the people to come off the bench.
I disagree.
Why? What do
I
you
think
think
they
it was?
got beaten because Kerry scored
Because
4
the
more
score.
points.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
why did Kerry score 4 more points though? Because Galway just didn't have the legs.
Yeah.
You could see the legs going after 55 minutes.
Yeah.
After 55 minutes, I said to Nicola, they're losing legs already here
Yeah.
and they don't have the resources on the bench to bring it on. They will eventually, by the way. Other than that, it was a huge win for football. It made me interested in football again watching
That's
that match
nice.
yesterday. Okay, so that's all that done now,
That's
Ray.
your GA chat.
Talk to me about what you want to talk to me about. Okay. Yeah, go on now.
I'm not going to go on about the wedding stuff. I just can't get over the price of them.
Yeah, no, yeah. Okay, let's just do a minute on it. Okay?
Right.
Okay, I'm delighted
How
now.
come you can't get married in this country for less than 15,000
Because we have realised the industry that it is,
And
and
you're
you can
making-
charge industry prices. Because
Oh, you're milking.
yeah, because if someone wants to get married,
Yeah.
well then, let's say if I went down and bought 12 roses for Nicola tomorrow now, and they were €45.
Yes.
But if I bought 12 roses for a table in the Castle Dargan, they're going to be €95.
It's
That's what
shocking.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Ray. But that's what it is. But here's the thing: we need these industries to keep ticking. So I don't mind it as much as well. I don't mind that
But
there's
it's
an
fucking a year's salary for someone
What are you
for,
on
on a
about?
wedding.
Yeah, no. Wait, hang on now. What? I thought you were getting married in a fucking circus tent.
That's very expensive.
What's
it
your
seems.
yearly salary?
I'm now looking at buying a circus tent to save the money. I was actually on European Dundeals
I'll
today,
rent it out
and
again.
European adverts. And I'm thinking I'm going to buy the fucking thing, put it up, and then sell it again.
No, but that's no, because you can't do it. It's not like a PA raid. There's not going to be someone who'll buy us.
The worst thing, yeah, but that's my typical my luck.
That's
I'll buy
your-
it. No one will ever.
No one will ever want to buy it.
Yeah,
Everyone will go, why would I want a fucking circus tent from the
Yeah.
60s? I have no interest in that.
yeah. And I also thought to myself, surely I could make one.
You want to now make a circus
I
tent?
was thinking to myself, could I make a circus tent?
Okay.
Could I buy the wood? Build it? Brendan's have to give me an awful dubious look there now.
No, hang on now. Because this is brilliant. You're after nailing something there. You're after making my life.
I'm proposing to nail something.
I'm going to... I'm going to boil the kettle.
Right.
I'm going to drink tea and watch you try and build a fucking circus tent. Honestly. That's going
Because I was looking at pictures and I was like, it's just beams and
Yeah, no.
bits out tarpaulin.
I know.
She could take the silage bits up and down this country with the finest black stuff in it. And
Absolutely.
that'd save you then buying black curtain to make a white tent black.
So you're talking about this... Like, how is this so expensive then?
What? It's the renting the feckin' tent.
Right, okay. Yeah, well, renting a tent's very, very
10
expensive.
grand.
Yeah, but not more. I think you're doing well at a 10 grand
Yeah,
price.
so
to
I'm
rent a
going to buy
marquee.
one in Chadwick's and I'm going to put it together. I'm going to write my own instructions. I'm going to put up 8 posts.
Can I just
And then
say-
I'm going to put up 16 on the outside. It's going to be like Stonehenge.
Ray, you're going to be smoking by the end of the year. Honestly, as in you will be smoking fags. Like you will have taken up smoking.
I'll have become a carpenter.
Yeah, if you try go out and fucking build a
I'll
tent.
build it.
Oh my god.
And you know something? I know what to say. If I build it,
They'll come.
they'll come.
Now we'll fill it. Worst idea I've ever heard.
Will I get on to my pièce de résistance?
Okay, go for it, so Raymond.
Right.
Hit me.
His not story is just it's a statistic,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
That I seen during the week.
Okay.
A man should ejaculate at least 21 times a month to avoid heart disease, some sort of prostate cancer, and also to relieve anxiety, stress, and to keep yourself fertile.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I hope your missus has water.
So what I'm
Fucking
talking
hell.
here is, I wonder will we do the 21-day challenge.
Maybe it out.
For charity or something.
I'm going to have to give her a Lucas H. Sport or something.
But
Jesus
that's
Christ.
mad. I
almighty.
never heard that before.
But you hear all
But where
these.
are they coming up with 21?
Yeah, I know, but here's the thing. You hear all of this stuff
Yeah.
all the time. Like, you know, you hear stuff like arguing with your missus reduces your chance of headaches. You know what I mean? And, and you're just like, a study was done by a bunch of fucking idiots in Cornwall.
But I'd love to know the study that they did to get. So they must
That's
have had.
insane.
They must have had an awful bunch of lads over a month,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And they basically said, and they gave every. But then, how do you check if they're not going to get the heart
I know
disease?
what happened.
What happened here now?
I know exactly what happened.
Someone
right?
picked a number.
Listen to me now for a second, right? Right? Listen to
But
what
before
happened.
you go into what happened, I actually think I have it now. So if they
Okay,
were to
you
do
tell
this
me
right,
your way, and I'll tell you what actually
if
happened.
they did this right, they had to get me. We'll say 31 lads.
Yeah.
Or make it right. We'll go 90.
Okay.
Do you know? We'll go 90.
Okay,
90 lads, right? And they got them all for a month,
Yeah.
right? And they told them all to do it a certain number of times.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And then they monitored these lads in over a number of years.
Yes.
To see which of them got heart disease or prostate cancer.
Yes.
Or suffered from stress or anxiety.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then no other like variables outside of that at all. Like,
No.
Maybe he was in his family or something. You know
No,
what I mean?
no. The more I talk about it, go on.
So do you want to know what actually
Yeah,
happens?
yeah, please do.
Let's say there is a lab in Chester,
Chester.
right? Okay.
Famous for its Roman walls.
Famous for its labs, right? Okay.
Right.
So there's a lab in Chester,
Right.
right? CCTV all over the place. They
A
do
whole lot.
very, very, very serious experimentations.
Sure. It's not like the one down in Ballina with the rabbits. Isn't Richard Dove work down
No,
there, doesn't he?
stop, Ray.
Why?
No, because that's not good now.
That's a real place.
Yeah, it's a real
Yeah.
place.
Imagine
Just-
the people in Ballina knowing there's rabbits being looked at.
Stop! But they're not even being looked at, Ray.
They're
They're
not.
being disposed of as well.
They're not being disposed of.
No,
Apparently
they're
they all
being
live well.
experimented on.
Sorry,
Okay.
move
They all
on.
live well. Sorry, I forgot to say every rabbit in Ballina loves their life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially the ones that are working hard.
Okay. Chester.
Chester.
CCTV all over the place.
Sure.
Lots
What's that
and
got
lots.
to do with it?
But
Oh,
would you
my
just
dear, yes,
just
sorry.
come here now for a second. Ray.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of experiments going on every day. Different stuff.
Okay.
People are trying to find the cure for cancer in their range.
Lovely.
Some people are trying to figure out can they isolate Ebola and get rid of it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe some of the work that's been done there.
Hmm.
Lots and lots of young, vibrant people working in there as well, working very hard.
Yeah.
There's a gentleman
There's a
and there's a young one.
Okay.
They're both working on the Ebola virus.
Yeah.
And sure, they just fall in love with it. What are they supposed to do? Like,
Sure, when two people get together.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She says to him one day, can I use your, what do they call that thing you look into? This
Oh, a microscope.
can I use your microscope? I
Yeah.
want to have a look at the Ebola, right?
Right.
And then they both lean down for it together and they kind of butt heads.
Yeah.
And then they start laughing. They're like, oh, we're such idiots. And then he's like, oh my God, sorry, like, are you okay? And then he starts rubbing her head. And then they look into each other's eyes.
Yeah.
And they're like, shit, is something happening here? And then they start shifting, Ray,
Right.
in the lab,
Yeah.
right? Okay?
You have me.
Gets hot and heavy, right?
In the lab.
They lock
This
the
is
door.
at work.
Yeah, this is at work.
With the CCTV.
There's only two of them in there, but they're not even aware of the CCTV because the passion is too fucking
Too
raunchous.
much. Yeah,
okay?
raunchous passion.
Right?
Yeah.
So they lock all the doors, right?
Can't wait to see where this goes.
Ray, he lifts her up above him on the tables, right?
Okay.
He shoves the Ebola to one side,
We're an over 18s podcast now.
right?
Yeah.
Up on the table, he shoves the Ebola over to one side, right? And he makes what they call Rabbit's passionate love upon her,
Upon
Okay.
up upon her.
right?
Yeah.
It's the 1st of October.
Okay.
It's the 1st of October.
Yeah, sure.
Now,
What year?
they're mad in love and they're both on the night shift. Okay?
Aye.
2nd of October tips around.
Yeah.
And he says to her, we can't do this again. Okay?
Yeah.
And she says, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
3rd of October tips around.
Yeah.
Passion gets too much. They've gone one day without riding each other. They can't help it. They're both looking in. She's listening. He puts his stethoscope on her heart and he hears a beating faster than he's ever heard before.
Why would he have a stethoscope? They're in the bowling lab.
Hey, come here. He found one.
It was fancy dress. And
He puts the...
he was dressed as a doctor.
Near enough Halloween. He was testing out some of his
He was
outfits.
trying out some of his outfits. Yeah.
He puts the stethoscope on. It's louder than you ever heard before.
Yeah, right.
They get down to it again.
They do.
Over the next 31 days, Raymond.
Yeah, well, the remaining what? That's the third. Over the remaining 29.
Over the remaining
28.
29 days leading up to Halloween. Okay? They have sex 21 times.
Yeah, but outside of the sex he's having with her, he's leaving himself alone at home.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's the thing. He's leaving himself alone at home.
Right.
He's so in love with it. All he wants to do is have sex in the lab with her. Okay. 21 times over the next 31 days.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm with you.
They can't help it. They're so passionately in love, Raymond.
I can't believe you constructed all this in your head. So.
This isn't fucking constructed. This is true.
I'm
All
there,
the while.
yeah, all the while.
All the while, the security guard is upstairs on the night shift, right?
Yeah.
And he's sitting down, right, eating Doritos.
Yeah.
He's watching all this unfold
What
on
kind
the
of
many,
Doritos?
many multiples of screens that we know of which are in these security booths.
CCTV, yeah.
CCTV. He's 100 old screens, okay?
Yeah.
He watches it every night. He says on the 31st of October, enough is enough.
Yeah.
I'm going to the hierarchy.
Oh, I can see where you're going.
I'm bringing this to HQ.
Yeah,
right?
HR.
So bringing this to HR. So he lets the CEO know what's going on.
Yeah.
These two have been barreled into it, right? They're supposed to be looking after Ebola. 9 out of these days, 10 out of the days this month, they've managed to contain themselves.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Your man sits the two of them down.
Yeah.
He calls them in. He says, come in here to my office over the two of ye. We have indisputable evidence. Indisputable evidence
Yeah.
of a love affair that is going on between the two of ye. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to explain exactly what is going on, or you're both fired,
Yeah.
and we're bringing this to the Workplace
Commission.
Workplace Commission.
Yeah.
Right?
For unfair dismissal.
And he says, it's an experiment. I think I might run into some heart troubles in the near future, right? And I'm also worried about, what was the other one?
It's prostate cancer.
Prostate cancer.
And,
we're conducting
anxiety and stress.
anxiety and stress.
Yeah.
And we're conducting an experiment, and I
Yeah.
think I've hit the nail in the head.
Me and Fidel,
So
man.
maybe you need to listen to me for a minute, right?
Right.
Because I just found the perfect formula. If you ride 21 days or rip the head off it, you're not going to get any stress.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm not even stressed right now, even though I'm shouting at you.
Okay.
Heart problems, I doubt it, because I was testing out my fancy dress and she put the stethoscope on my heart. It's all beating normal. Okay? So don't be worried about
That's
it.
where I got that TikTok video.
That's where all of this comes from. It's all bullshit.
Right. Fair enough.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm glad now I got to really just
Yeah.
let you know exactly what's going on when all that kind of crack happens.
Thank you very. On that note, Mark, if you were not completely turned off by the content of this podcast, Ultimate Chai Talk Week,
Yeah.
we have a live show coming up next Monday, the 1st of August.
Monday the 1st of what time?
It's at 8 p.m. in the Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre.
I was just going to
in
ask you
Sligo.
where.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so it's in Anderson's Tremendous Event. And can anyone just go?
Anyone can go.
You don't have to. Do you have to pay? Obviously
No, you don't have to pay in.
You don't have to
No,
pay in.
no.
Unbelievable. 8 p.m. on August
Although,
1st.
considering the price circumstance, I could maybe start suggesting that we might start putting the charge at the door.
no, if you did want to contribute, they could. Have we a Patreon that
Well, I'll
maybe
be
they
honest
could
with you.
contribute
Yes,
to?
we have one.
Oh,
last night.
okay,
We have
perfect.
Patreon, the Kendy and Raybo podcast.
But
/Patreon.
is there a benefit to? Are you just helping us, or is there something given
No,
back?
giving back. Kendy will endeavour to put up the video of this podcast.
Oh yes, there'll be a video episode then that you can watch as well, so you don't have to just listen for your contribution.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's brilliant.
And-
Okay, perfect.
And speaking of which, we're actually now actively considering Anderson's for the wedding venue because it's a lot cheaper. You can do things for free in there.
Listen to me though, Ray.
Yeah.
We'd have a great night if you did.
I was trying to explain the romance of the marquee out the back as well.
What do
You
you
know,
mean?
up the back passage.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you could throw it up the back passage.
You
Yeah.
could do that definitely up the back
You
passage.
could absolutely throw it up the back passage, Ray,
Lord would
because
love it.
we'd have a great. Lord love it. We'd have. It'd be a belter of a night, man, if you threw it up the back passage.
Yeah, we'd all be there.
Oh, we'd all have a look at it. Oh, we'd have a great night. So, all that crack is happening as well. There was something else I was going to say. Oh, yeah.
I had two things as well.
Okay,
I
go
always
on.
have two things before I go.
Yeah.
Do you know that Listerine is a complete and utter con?
I heard that even Colgate and all that is a complete. No, you know, if you buy Colgate like teeth whitening or Colgate pearly shit,
Pearly white
yeah,
teeth.
no, it's all the same.
Yeah.
Every one of them are the same. It's just different packaging.
Apparently, Listerine, the Listerine brothers,
Yeah.
Two lads. Now I'm not going to get this right.
Jimmy
But
and
Jimmy
Mickey.
and Mickey Listerine.
Yeah.
But they were. They said, "How are we going to make pound?"
Right.
So they put him. They said, "Bad breath. Geez,
Yeah.
we have to do something with the bad breath."
Yeah.
And they said that's a medical condition. Apparently, they put the name of bad breath is halitosis, I believe.
Right, okay.
Right?
I think it's
So-
garlic is what it was called. But
No,
anyway,
it's
okay.
halitosis. So they said if you want to combat halitosis, you should use our Listerine.
Right.
Right? And you gargle this, and then you get rid of the bad breath.
Right, okay.
And all the Listerine is doing is taking all the goodness from the toothpaste off your teeth.
So should you do before or after?
You
or not
shouldn't do it at all.
No
It's
shagging
big.
way.
It's an absolute. How would you put it? Con.
Hoax.
Yeah,
Hoax.
hoax.
A full hoax.
A full hoax.
So there you go, everyone stop looking after yourselves.
So there's
Don't
one
bother your
thing.
tits. Ray told you.
And
What's the other one?
secondly, stop using hand dryers
Why?
because
You're blowing shit all over. Sorry, those Dyson Airblade things.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked down into one of those after a night of boys washing their hands? It's puck.
That's the thing.
It's
so,
rotten.
So what they did was this lad went in, right? I think it was the lad that was working in the Chester Labs. This was this was before he was working on
Right.
Ebola.
Yeah.
He did a project on how many germs come out of a hand dryer.
Yeah.
So he put a little petri dish under. First of all,
Poultry dish.
A,
Oh, yeah,
a
petri
petri dish, a little petri dish under assorted dryers.
Right.
Right. And he all it was growing in it was loads of germs after.
Yeah. Well, I can only imagine they're terrible. What you really need is, and they won't let us do it anymore, is disposable paper towels.
Oh yeah,
thrown
that's
away.
terrible for the environment.
Terrible for the environment, so we all have to live in filth
Yeah.
instead. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
What's wrong with a
liberals.
good towel?
Oh, yeah, but towels are rotten. Imagine what the shit that's on a towel, man.
Sure,
Do you know what the thing is? Country bars years ago would have one hand towel like
Yeah.
in the men's jacks,
Yeah.
and you'd wash your hands, and then you'd try and dry them on it, and you'd be like, "Oh, it's rotten! It's rotten!"
Do you remember the towel machine where there'd be a Rowler towel? You just-
And you'd be pulling them.
yeah. Yeah.
The 4 P's by law. Jesus Christ. Come here, the last thing is as well.
Yeah.
Now, just to let you all know how I'm doing on the pregnancy. So Nicola's downstairs currently doing what is called a hypnobirthing class, right? Okay? And it's where they try to hypnotize you to give a birth or something along those lines. I don't know what it is. All I said to Nicola is, Nicola, I'll tell you what's going to happen if they hypnotize you, right? You're going to be giving birth, right? And then you're going to ask for a glass of water. You're going to drink the water and you're going to start barking like a dog. I said, be careful what those bastards say to you down on that Zoom call, because it could be one of those look into me eyes jobs.
But it's hardly hypnotising her to give birth.
They're trying to teach her all this. They tried to have her neighing like a horse.
Oh, what?
They told her breathe in and then go out there like this. And I was like, if you start doing that in the middle of birth, Nicola, I'm going to start dying laughing.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? So that's how far along we are with the birth. 7 weeks left.
Is it
right?
expensive?
Huh?
Oh, there's 7 weeks left. There's no
7
time.
weeks left now, and
Yeah.
then that's it. Then
You know you're not getting a break for that. You can't get parents' leave from the podcast.
can I not get parental
Nah.
paternity leave from the
No,
podcast?
they'll want to hear how Kendy's getting on being a dad.
So I'm not getting any paternity leave from this hopper.
No.
This job is shit.
Yeah.
I hate this
But
job, bro.
I tell you, there is holidays coming up for me.
Why?
I'm on 2 weeks holidays.
Oh,
in
you
August.
get you get it.
Yeah,
Then. You
well,
get
you
the
got
holidays.
your holidays already this year. I'm getting my holidays.
I'm trying to have a baby, Raymond. It's way different than it's not holidays. Not a holiday about us.
Right.
Where are you going?
Going to Greece.
Oh, you're going to Greece.
Not
is
the
right.
lesbian island. We're going to Rhodes.
Right. Okay.
The
You're
riding island.
Right. That's the riding island. What happened there? Roads.
Rhodes.
Oh, roads happened around there. Sure. Well, Ray. So when's that break coming up?
That break will be the end of August.
Oh, end of August. So you have plenty of time to work it out as well.
Last 2 weeks August.
Come here. I wanted to say a big fair play to Brendan for being on time. Brendan, I really appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. Shut up. Okay. So
Episode
no, I do appreciate it.
167.
167, lads. In the great words of us, Ray, fair play to me.
And fair play to me.
Good luck.
Good luck. The Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre and Wonderful Food Items, and the Blind Tiger's marvellous alcoholic fruit drinks.